In a world where uncertainty and change are constants, there exists a time-tested path to maintaining inner peace and mental strength. Stoic principles. Today, we delve into the teachings of Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, to discover how to keep our minds unshaken in any situation. Born a slave and later freed, Epictetus faced a multitude of challenges in his life. However, instead of succumbing to resentment or despair, he found strength in Stoic philosophy. The key to his resilience and mental peace lay in a simple yet powerful idea: it's not external events that affect us, but our perceptions and judgments about those events. Why adopt these principles? By embracing Epictetus' principles, we not only find guidance to navigate life's challenges, but also a way to free ourselves from anguish and unease. Imagine facing life's ups and downs with serenity, where circumstances hold no power over your inner peace. That's what these principles offer you. Principle 1. Distinguish between what you can control and what you can't. Epictetus, with clarity and wisdom, taught us one of the central pillars of Stoic philosophy, recognizing the difference between what's under our direct control and what isn't. Now, what does this truly mean? At its core, our reactions, thoughts, emotions, and actions are within our control. They are ours and no one else's. On the other hand, the external world, the weather, the opinions of others, the economy, and any other external circumstance is beyond our direct influence. By understanding this fundamental distinction, we can free ourselves from a great deal of unnecessary suffering. When we stop trying to control the uncontrollable, we find profound peace. Frustration, anxiety, and anger often arise from wanting things to be different than they are. Epictetus invites us to invest our energy in the only territory where we truly have power, our inner self. Principle number 2. See obstacles as opportunities. This principle focuses on the art of cognitive reframing. Epictetus, despite the adversities he faced in his life, always held that it's not circumstances that define us, but our response to them. Every problematic situation, every challenge we face, actually hides an opportunity for growth and learning. Were you betrayed? It's an opportunity to learn forgiveness and resilience. Have you faced failure? It's a chance for self-reflection and improvement. Instead of allowing adversities to bring us down, Epictetus encourages us to turn them into fuel for our personal growth. In doing so, we not only strengthen our character but also become wiser, more resilient, and ultimately, more free. Facing obstacles with this mindset leads us to a life of greater purpose and meaning. Principle 3. Don't define yourself by others' opinions. Criticism, praise, disapproval, and recognition are part of human interaction. But Epictetus warns us about the trap of anchoring ourselves too heavily to these external perceptions. Why value your being based on the opinion of others, he would ask. In his view, every time we base our sense of worth and self-esteem on how others see us, we place ourselves in a precarious position. We are, in effect, letting other people hold the remote control to our mental peace. Every compliment will lift us to the clouds, but every criticism will send us plummeting. This emotional roller coaster, for Epictetus, is not the way of the wise. Instead, we should learn to cultivate internal fortitude, a core that remains unshaken by the fluctuations of popular opinion. This strength is built with self-reflection, self-acceptance, and understanding that our true value comes from how we live according to our own principles, not how we are perceived by others. Principle 4. Embrace life's natural flow. Life is in constant motion. Seasons change, civilizations rise and fall, and every human goes through stages of growth and decline. For Epictetus, resisting this flow is like trying to swim against a powerful current. It's exhausting and ultimately futile. Stoic wisdom teaches us to move with the current, to recognize that every phase of life has its purpose and beauty. This doesn't mean passive resignation, but rather a deep understanding that some things are beyond our control. Instead of mourning what's gone or worrying about what's to come, Epictetus encourages us to live fully in the present, embracing each moment as an opportunity for virtue and personal growth. This attitude allows us to face challenges and adversities with a calm and serenity that come from knowing that, whatever happens, it's all part of the grand cycle of life. Principle 5. Recognize what's under your control. Epictetus fervently insists that we must distinguish between what's in our control and what isn't. For him, this discernment is the central pillar of Stoicism. Let's put it in perspective. Imagine your life is like a garden. You can decide which seeds to plant, how to care for them, how much to water them. That's under your control. But you can't control if there will be an unexpected storm or if the sun will be too strong on a particular day. Similarly, in life, our actions, thoughts, and decisions are within our domain. However, the reactions of others, unforeseen events, or the whims of fate are not. When you internalize this distinction, you free yourself from unnecessary anguish as you stop wearing yourself out in vain attempts to control the uncontrollable and focus on acting where you can truly make a difference. Principle 6. Value your internal freedom. Internal freedom is that unbreakable part of ourselves that stands firm in adversity, that doesn't get carried away by circumstances or the opinions of others. While the external world can be tumultuous, our mind can be a sanctuary of peace. Epictetus teaches us that, although the external world can be restrictive, imposing rules, expectations, and judgments, our internal reaction is ours and no one else's. You can be physically chained, but your mind, your thoughts, and your spirit can always be free. In times of difficulty, when you feel everything oppresses you, remember this principle: true freedom lies in how you choose to respond. Principle 7. Embrace life's flow. Epictetus, in tune with other Stoic philosophers, frequently emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature, and this extends to the nature of life itself. Every moment we live is the product of an infinite series of events, many of which are beyond our control. Instead of resisting the unexpected twists and turns that life offers us, Epictetus invites us to accept them. Not in a passive sense, but in one of deep understanding. Accepting doesn't mean resigning, but understanding that there's an order in chaos, a rhythm in randomness. By flowing with life's current, instead of swimming against it, we find inner peace and adaptability that allows us to face any situation with serenity and grace. This principle invites us to let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives and trust the process, understanding that every experience, good or bad, is part of the grand tapestry of our existence. Want more Stoic wisdom in your life? Subscribe now and don't miss any advice.